I listened to, when I first heard Dick Down in Dallas, I was like, yo, this is some writing that you don't hear like usually in country music. And then I dove in and, got into, I even listened to the whole self-titled 2013.
Fuck yeah, country boy crazy.
We love that shit.
Hey, it's coming back, baby.
Yeah.
It's coming back.
Grab the KY, get yourself ready. You got some sliding to do. Hanging out with TL and the boys, maybe some critters too. So get your phone and get on the gram. You know where to find the man. Slide into the DMs. Girls on your mind. Slide into the DMs. Oh, baby, take your time. Slide, slip it on in. Here we go again. DM Monday.
What's up, guys and girls? This is my podcast, DM Monday, and I'm Trey Lewis. Thank y'all for being here. It's been too long, guys.
It has. It's been a while.
Forgot what y'all looked like.
I missed you, Bonner.
Yeah, you haven't been on the road with us.
Nope. Got another month off.
Got fired.
We got fucking fired. Got to find another gig. If you're hiring out there, I'm available.
You will. You take any gig, right?
Dude, I'll take fucking anything.
I don't know why. You're making plenty of money.
I don't know. I mean, not entirely.
I mean, you got the daytime job.
Yeah.
Can't shoot content during the day.
No. I went to Maine in a minivan, 23 hours.
Yeah, how miserable is that?
Go.
Dude, I was so high I didn't know I was in a minivan.
Where in the minivan were you?
So
were
it's
you
like
sitting?
one seat here, one guy there, me here, fucking all of our shit, drum kit, PA.
Did you bring your face covering?
Oh yeah,
Face
dude.
mask and neck pillow?
Yeah.
That's
The first
great.
night I slept on a window seal, like right above the air conditioning unit in the hotel. And then the next night we were in a cabin that had 9 bedrooms. I slept in a California king bed.
At
I was
least,
like,
at least you didn't drive with a neck pillow on, like some people we know.
yeah, sorry, Corinthian.
We did a Kid Rock show in, where were we when the Hooligans were with us?
Oh, geez. That was Indiana.
Indiana, and they had a runner. Me and Alex, and was it you? No, me, Alex, and Mitch went and played disc golf.
That's dope.
By the way, I've got a story for you on that. But we went and played disc golf, and the runner was like, he was driving the car. He was like running over cones, and guess he was just like super spazzed out. Guess what he was wearing? A neck pillow.
Yeah, when I saw him pull up and
Alex
get you
is
guys,
like-
I was like, PTSD, Alex.
Yeah, he had a
What
neck
the fuck is
pillow
he?
on.
I wore one Dawson drove one time, and he's
Yeah.
like, "It's your what's the thing the NASCAR drivers wear?" He knows the term. He's like, "Yeah, that's your."
Fire suit.
No, it's like they wear some kind of neck brace.
Oh,
like,
it's like a harness. I forgot what it's
He's
called.
like, "That's your whatever." I'm like,
Hans device.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But me and Mitch and Alex went and played at Ethan
Page?
Ethan Page and Mitch. It was his second time playing. And he beat me.
Fuck.
Yeah,
I did hear you said, "Man, fuck, I'm playing like Bonner."
Yeah, I was playing terrible. Paul Macbeth hooked me up with a badass disc golf
Dude, that thing
bag,
looks crispy.
and Adam Hamus, I think that's how you say his last name. Hamus. I don't know. Anyways, he sent me a bunch of free discs and shit.
How does
Badass.
Alex feel about this?
Dude, he's so jealous. He was like, dude, this was equivalent to like if I had a hit song, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
Or if he got a bunch of free fishing shit.
yeah,
I think that's what it would be.
basically.
More discs for me. From
Which I did get a bunch of free fishing shit.
Shout out to Favorite Fishing.
Shout out to Favorite Fishing. They hooked me up. I met Winston. He came out to Kid Rock show in Chicago?
St. Louis.
St. Louis. And then when we went on the road this past weekend, we had a bus run, did a writer's retreat with Adam Craig, John Pierce, and Mac McVie. We wrote some bangers, which I will send y'all all those
Please do.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We went fishing with Wicked Tuna, Paul from Wicked Tuna.
That's badass.
The Wicked Pissa.
Yeah,
That's
we didn't
awesome.
catch anything, but it was a good time. We saw some whales and, whatever.
Hell yeah, that's
Good
awesome.
time.
Yeah, it was a really good time. I was going to say I can lose more of your discs now that I know that you're getting them for free.
Hey,
Yeah, me and Burrell, I made Burrell, like I could tell like every time me and Burrell went and played disc golf, he was like ready to leave as soon as we got there.
they make those like sticks you can like fish it out with.
Yeah, I need to get one of
Yeah,
those.
And just make Burl carry the stick.
Well, so the whole one was like straight ahead, right? And then right next to it was like just this long creek, with that mud that looks like if you step into it, you go like 5 foot down. And I was like, yeah, Brill, just try to throw it over there because it's going to curve. And I gave him my saw, so I was thinking, it would just go straight. He throws it and just.
I don't know if you remember this, but the first time you said, "Man, I got this soul, so throw it." I threw it into that water park, and then I climbed the fence and got it. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, "Fuck!" The gate was open. I could have just walked in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, at Two Rivers.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're probably weirding people out talking about disc golf, but if you haven't tried it, you should try it. It's really fun. I played 36 holes by myself yesterday morning.
That's awesome.
Did good. I was like -1.
That's solid.
Yeah.
Y'all did a full band arena show with Brantley Gilbert too.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a lot of
That was a
fun.
blast.
Y'all were at the Ford Center second time, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal. I was really surprised of how many people knew my songs.
Yeah.
And how
That's
much
awesome.
merch we sold.
Oh, we sold a shit. We sold a good chunk of merch. We
record, right? We hit a record.
We hit a record, and we did over $1 a head.
Damn.
You know what? Burrell didn't sell it, so you still hold the title.
Fuck yeah. Fuck you, Burrell. I never sold anything in my life.
Yeah, you guys.
And Bonner stepped up to
You
the
guys
plate.
played a great show, and our boys got introduced to Wild Greg's girlfriend and had a really, really, really good night.
I saw you went to the dentist this morning.
I did. That is my least favorite place in the world to go.
I love the dentist. They be cleaning your shit.
Did he send you that
hate the
Snapchat?
dentist.
Yeah, I couldn't watch it. I was like, this is disgusting.
I felt like how McIlwain must have felt last night talking at Live Oak. I just
How
didn't.
McIlwain sounds when he's drunk every
Yeah,
time.
or what he sounds when he's slightly
He comes up and he's
buzzed.
like-
he's like, hey, yeah, it was.
McIlwain was giving me business plan ideas last night.
Dude, McIlwain last
Is that
night.
I regret inviting you here now.
Is that why our stats went up today on social
I
media?
know how to gamble.
I know how to make a post.
McIlwain, you don't know this, but when me and Alex were in the casino a while back, me and you went, but the week before
You were in
we
Pittsburgh.
we were in Pittsburgh. When we were in Pittsburgh, Kid Rock, we went to the casino afterwards, and we were like saying if you were there and you were drunk that you would be on the on the machine going, I know that if you win something, it's good.
Captain Obvious.
Just doing McIlwain impressions.
Hey, McIlwain came up to
I
kickball
know
today.
how to gamble.
Yeah, we finally got to play kickball again today.
Yeah, how was that?
Didn't know
I
if we'd
didn't
be
go.
able to squeeze it in.
I didn't think we were going to squeeze it in, but we did. McIlwain came. I really enjoyed his presence. I'm sorry I was mean to you.
McIlwain dropped the ball about 4 or 5 times.
Dude, that first kick McIlwain kicked, I was like, fuck, I don't have this.
It's deceiving, isn't it, McIlwain?
Yeah, that ball carries like a mother. I got thought I'm under it, and then next thing I know, it was 10 feet behind me.
Dude, that one you kicked, I was like, I don't got this. And it just fell into my arms.
Did Big Dick Todd show up?
Fuck yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Biggest dick in Nashville.
Was he pitching?
He was.
Yeah.
Except for when Terry's in town.
Yeah, obviously there's rules.
But yeah, kickball was fun. Kepsy made some great controversial calls.
Yes.
Fucked everybody.
Sorry, Keps.
We won, so me and Bonner won.
How a lot of people an apology after today.
Oh, Bonner went off. Bonner went off like back in the day when you watch like Bobby Cox, who used to manage the Braves, like throwing bases everywhere, like just like a coach that would throw off the headset. Bonner would be that coach that would like take off the headset, throw. Just he'd get
Dude,
thrown
I
out of
hate
a game
losing.
and just riot.
Dude, I hate losing. Winning isn't everything. It's the only thing.
And
Bonner's
that
super.
we came back too. So
You guys came.
It was
back,
a
but
fun game.
But it was the best game of kickball. I think collectively, just the back and forth because there was a lead change every inning. We just happened to get you guys at the very end.
Dude, if
so.
I'd have been a whole foot taller, I could have
Was
been.
Ella there?
No.
Nick and Chelsea?
Yep. Nick and
Yeah,
Chelsea.
Chelsea and her two friends are the only girls there.
Chelsea had one friend that was really good. Chelsea
Yeah.
had one friend that was really bad. And the friend that was really good
Was that-
kept kicking the ball to the friend that was really bad, and she dropped it about 4 times.
That's hilarious.
If I was a foot taller, I definitely could have been a professional athlete.
you missed a couple balls just because of height. Like,
Yeah, dude, I was like, I can't fucking reach to these.
You
There's
and
nothing I
Maxwell
could
just
do.
throwing your
They
hands
fucking
up.
just bounce and go over my head. I'm like, fuck me.
Kickball is how most of us all met.
Yeah, so we
pretty-
became friends.
Yeah,
Pretty
that's
crazy.
We used to do
me
that.
and you were already friends.
Yeah, we
way
were friends.
before.
You used to do that shit once or twice a week.
It's crazy, man. Crazy to think y'all are still playing that.
It's a good team. I feel like it's a good like bonding thing. Like we don't see each other that often anymore, but we can
I
go
think
back.
the night that did it in for me is we all went to play, and Ryan Nelson, it was like his birthday, so he was already like amped up. Remember we played in that field like that was uncut. There was
Oh,
no
yeah,
The
we-
mud.
bases.
That was
Yeah.
the night me and Ryan really got into it.
That was fun.
Yeah. Me and
Ryan was fucking
Dude,
pissed that night.
Me and
He
Ryan
was like, "What's wrong with girls? They just can't catch."
Yeah, me and Ryan split an edible that night, beginning of that
It was like that
game.
big brownie square.
Yeah, and then by the end of it, neither of us could drive home.
Dude, I wrote with Ryan Nelson today.
How was that?
James
Kelly.
James
Yeah,
Kelly.
he played today too.
Yeah, I wrote with him this morning. We wrote this song called "Just Trucking." but
yeah.
it's like just fucking, but
Yeah.
it's just trucking.
That's awesome.
We were just trucking. It's great.
Did you ride at the frat house?
No, we rode at Sony.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it was awesome. But we rode it in like an hour and a half. So
That's
it went
awesome.
so well, we just put a once a month on the date,
That's
on the
cool.
books.
Hey, speaking of going
For a while.
so well, got to talk about our most recent bus experience. Good time, good tour. Bobby
Bobby
Lee.
Lee. Yeah, dude. Oh, man. Why is every bus driver like,
A fucking psychopath.
basically?
I loved
I wasn't there, but
So we pull up to the first place we're playing. And you know, like we pull like under this bridge, and this guy from Kid Rock's camp comes out to opens the door. As soon as the door opens, Bobby Lee goes, "Don't start no shit, won't be no shit." It's like, dude, chill.
Remember what he did when we parked? The pallets?
Yeah, he started going back. He found these pallets of wood, and he got like a saw out and started chopping them up, and made himself some shelves.
He put shelves in the bays.
He took the tags off the bus. He was like, you remember how earlier I told you there's three ways to do things: the right way, the wrong way, the Bobby Lee way.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no tags on here, so we ain't paying for tolls.
He said it like tools.
Yeah.
But yeah,
the fuck?
Bobby Lee is one of the most interesting individuals. Like
he don't have a last name. It's just Bobby Lee.
No, that's
Bobby
first
Lee.
and last name.
no, Bobby Lee is his whole name. He's not Bobby. He's Bobby Lee. I think was his last
I was
name.
hoping we protect his identity. You're fucked, dude.
No, he friended me on Facebook. He's been tagging me in Facebook
And like,
posts.
by the way, Brew, I wore the shirt for you today.
No,
You love it?
fuck the Eagles.
Yeah, y'all are gonna lose so hard to the
You
Titans.
don't know that week one, you never know.
dude. Y'all are probably going to be the worst team in the NFL.
Shout out to Leighton Flournoy. The Atlanta Falcons are the worst team in the
yeah.
NFL. They are the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah, I've already decided that I'm not going to be a Falcons fan anymore.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
I'm,
who's your
I'm
team
always,
now?
bad.
I'm always secretly like going to pull for them.
Who's your team now?
I think I'm going to go with the Titans, dude.
Go Tiz.
See, I like the New York. My New York teams are always opposite conference.
Even McKinney walked into Sony the other day, decked out in Titans gear. So I don't even feel that bad.
Yeah, I mean it's another Southern team. They're opposite conference of the Falcons.
I
It's
live here now, so
it's like
whatever.
it's like I root for the Titans and the Giants. So week one, I'm going to root for the Giants. There's going to be a lot of New Yorkers in town, dude. That's what I'm
When
looking
is it?
forward to. On the 11th, week one is Giants. We're playing at the Titans, so my mom and Dan are coming down.
That's cool.
They bought tickets, so
That's awesome. I can't wait to see Dan.
Oh, Burrell's mom's coming to bring food. Yes.
yeah, we're gonna have a pasta night. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry for those dieting.
Dude,
but-
fuck my diet.
By the way, I have lost 24
Yeah,
pounds, y'all.
you are.
This shirt right here, I bought this when we lived in Canterbury Court.
Oh, nice.
And I haven't been able to wear it because I've been so fat. Now
Yeah, I got to give you credit.
XL.
I got to give you credit, dude, because like eating healthy on the road is very difficult. He did not stutter at all. The 2
you
weeks
go
in
to
a row.
Lowe's, you get the fucking
Salad, the fucking boiled eggs.
Well, you get the boiled eggs, you get the protein shakes, you get the cup of celery and tomatoes.
Did
and
I got a new
broccoli.
hack.
What's your hack?
Fucking, I bought the bread, buddy, and put a whole loaf of bread in that bitch. Bring some peanut butter, bro. I don't ever have to
Just peanut butter sandwiches?
fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, that's great. I also give Trey credit for eating healthy because when we were in Chicago, it was just me and him. I ate like a fucking trash can, dude.
Damn.
I ate so much. I went to that Portillo's place.
Yeah.
You saw that sandwich?
Oh yeah. He ate so much food, dude. He was
Yeah.
like, and then that night we got home, he had to like get up to go shit like 4 times.
Dude, I ate like the Portillo's big like roast like beef sandwich, and it's like dipped in like the French
Yeah.
dip stuff. It was like this big. I couldn't decide, so I got a small fry and a small onion ring, and then they told me I have to get the chocolate cake. I ate all of that in about 15 minutes before the
Damn.
Kid Rock show, and then afterwards we went to Luminanti's. That was the name of it. And
Oh yeah, the pizza.
The
yeah,
pizza
we got deep dish pizza,
That's pretty
He
solid.
did.
Trey made
I
me-
ate wings and a salad.
and then we gave the pizza to some of Bob's.
Yeah, and then we had a fucking parking lot party. They made me get my guitar out and play Dick Down in Dallas.
Who is they?
Just some people in the parking lot that went to the Kid Rock show.
the hotel was full
and
of
I
Kid Rock
told Burrell
people.
when we got out of the car there was going to be at least one person be like, "That's not you." And sure enough, lo and behold,
You're
so
not
it is.
that
Like, hey,
tall.
bitch, who the fuck else is in a tour bus?
Yeah.
Oh, no, we weren't in a bus.
We were just me and Burrell were just car riding it.
We
to
were in
Boston.
that. That's the soccer mom Audi.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we went to the Isle in Chicago and
That's
hung
cool.
out with Irish Dave.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
Dave,
That's fine.
Dave Canavan's the man.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we went to the casino And like I was like, all right, I'm only going to spend $500, and I spent $1,000, lost it all.
Damn.
And then I walked over to Dave, and he's like over there gambling. He's just got like he started out with like what $600, $500, and he was up to like 15 grand or
It's like
something.
15 or 20 grand.
Yeah, just blackjack, crushing it. And I was like, well, man, I lost all my money. I'll just sit here and watch you play. And he was like, well, you're not gonna have a bad time. Hand me $1,000 in chips. So I went and fucking cashed that shit, won 300 and quit playing. Walked
Hell yeah.
out with plus. So
That devil machine.
yeah, that was fun.
The
We
devil
were having
machine,
a
and
good
then you were
time.
on Wheel of Fortune at the end.
Yeah, that was a good one too.
We love the penny slots, dude.
Yeah,
the
that's fun.
penny slots are where it's at. The cards, I'm just not good at the cards.
I don't even care if I lose all my money as long as I can play for like 4 hours. I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
What are your favorite games at the casino, Bonner?
I like blackjack.
Yeah.
Blackjack's fun.
Count cards like Rain Man or what?
Not well. I wish.
Burrell was not like Rain Man this time. He lost all his money pretty
Damn.
Oh no, I mean I left with. I mean, thanks to Uncle Dave, I left with a pretty.
quick. And then he spent all his money at the dispensary.
That'll do it, dude.
Yeah.
But you can't just beat legal weed though. That shit is.
Dude, it's Ascend dispensary.
is good.
That's my favorite. Went to Ascend and went to Curaleaf.
Ascend's average priced.
Yeah, and we hit two of them.
Curaleaf's good too.
Hit two of them. One.
We went to a Rise,
Yeah.
the one that Shriver used to work at.
Yeah.
Well, not the same one, but went to one in New Jersey. It was
Yeah.
super expensive.
Yeah, dude, it's cool stocking up on all that stuff. But it's been a good fun couple weeks, dude.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that we're already back. We're already in September, and now you got
Yeah. So before we get into our today's guest, I wanted to let everybody know that I have a new song coming out September 16th. Is that right?
That is correct,
Yep.
sir.
With Hayden Kaufman. It's called Give a Country Boy a Call. So I don't know, when is this episode going to come out?
I think this is going to actually come out the week the song comes out.
Okay. So it's like right now in your current life, it's what, Monday? So
Pre-order that
go
shit.
pre-order the single. Like go pre-save it. There's a link in my bio. To pre-save, it's completely free. To buy it on iTunes, it's like $1.29. But hey, whatever, just go do it.
And what's cool too, speaking of TL Hayden Kaufman collaborations, we got
Yeah.
some shows in the fall coming up with Hayden on the shows.
Yeah, we got some shows coming up. But I feel like with Instagram and TikTok and everything that y'all watch me on, I'm always being like, hey, go do this, hey, go do that. And I feel like the podcast is like y'all getting to hang out with us, right? The fans getting to hang out with
for
us.
sure.
I never really ask y'all for anything, but if you're watching this, the podcast, go pre-order, pre-save our song. Also, if you're watching the podcast on YouTube, or if you haven't watched it on YouTube, go check it out. It's cool. You can actually see our faces and subscribe so we can continue to do this. I love doing the podcast, but we ain't making no money here. We need some subscribers and we need sponsors. So we need y'all's help, so I just wanted to throw that out there. What were you saying now?
I was saying you got some shows with Hayden.
Yeah, we
opening
got
up.
Knoxville.
Cotton Eye Joe and
Bristol-
Sidelines.
and Sidetracks.
Bristol.
Bristol. You remember
Fuck.
Sidetracks in
Yeah.
Bristol, baby.
Thank you, Randy,
Sherry's
for
gonna
coming.
come. Sherry loves us, dude.
Oh, Sherry does.
Well, she loves me. I don't know if
Yeah.
she loves you, but
Probably not.
she loves all of us.
Yeah, dude. The shows that are coming up here.
That's fan of the week, by the way. Sherry, you're the
Sherry?
fan of the week. We love you.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Sherry. The show's coming up in the fall, man. We got a lot of cool places that we're going. We're
Yeah.
going back to.
Yeah, we got some Co-Wetzel dates coming.
Got some Co-Wetzel dates. We
Raleigh,
got-
getting railed out in Raleigh.
dude, Raleigh and Salem, Virginia. We got we're returning to the Carolinas. Randy Adams country. We're about to see Randy Adams all fucking fall. Dude.
got Randy's
I'm
address
excited.
today.
Yeah, and if y'all are seeing this and y'all think that we should have Co-Wetzel on our podcast, tag him in the comments. We're going to clip that.
Yes, we are definitely going to clip that because we could totally do it while we're out there. But yeah, we're going to Tumbleweed coming up. We've got Mountain Home, Arkansas. We've got Kansas City. We've got upstate New York. We're
Yeah.
going to Binghamton and Jordan. We got.
Are you pumped
Florida.
about that?
I'm pumped about. I've actually never been to that part of the state. That's,
Dude, it's
that's
fun.
farther north
I was just there.
and west. Yeah.
I was in. Well, I guess for.
I don't think there's anywhere in Alabama I haven't been.
Well, when you're a music guy, I bet you that it just all that stuff drags you.
Our
around.
guest is calling us. Speaking of which, we have a guest on today that Bonner is very excited about.
Very
I'm
pumped.
excited about it. His name is BabyJake. I've talked to him a bunch through text messages. He's
I have as well.
an artist,
Yeah, he's awesome. He's
through and
badass.
through. He does it all, right? He does rap. He does He does pop.
Kind of like country
Yeah,
vibe. He wears the
country vibe.
cowboy hat.
Yeah.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah. So
I'm a big fan of his single because it's one of my favorite activities.
Cigarettes
Cigarettes on
on
patios,
patios,
baby.
so-
I'm looking forward to it.
It's autobiographical about your life.
That's what I'm gonna ask him. I'll be like, yo, you been watching me, bro? What the fuck?
yeah. But I'm sure he's tired of talking about that song. You know what I
We
mean?
hit him with the 239, baby.
Hey, we can ask him about that.
Yeah.
We'll hit him with the
What it's
239.
like, yeah.
Yeah. So here's our interview with BabyJake. What up, man? How you doing?
What's up?
Do you
What's
go
up,
by BabyJake?
I just go by Jake.
Jake, yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you come up with the name BabyJake?
Or you call me sexy.
Yeah. You are sexy. Tall as hell, too.
As tall as you, man.
You're taller than me with that
Yeah,
hat
no,
on.
I just go. I just go by Jake.
Do you go by Jake now? Like, are you still doing the BabyJake for the artist?
No, I'm going by BabyJake for the artist. We'll see. I honestly want to change it because my music has changed so much and
Yeah.
what I want to do. I mean, I've been around the block with what genre I'm doing, but now I'm pretty solidified in what I want to do, and I think I just don't love the name.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like then you get into all the press is under the name, all the, you know, your management's like, well, look at the history behind the name.
Yeah.
You go to people at Spotify, they're like, you know,
I mean, look at Kid Rock.
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
yeah.
We call him Bob.
I mean, that's what I love about Bob.
true.
That's what I love about Bob is he does it all, dude. And his live show is like he does it all. It's like, you know, you got the rock, you got the rap, you got the countryside.
Have
know?
you seen that 1999 Woodstock documentary that
Dude,
came
I
up
haven't
on
seen it
Netflix?
yet.
I watched.
Oh, you
I watched. I got stoned and watched that last night. It was awesome.
But
like,
man,
wild.
he comes out,
That's that clip.
the pimp suit.
yeah, in the pimp suit,
Yeah.
and throws it off. I was like, dude, I would kill to be here right now.
In 100 degrees on an airstrip
I
in the middle
know.
of July.
But
That Limp Bizkit set was crazy too. That was like,
isn't that the clip that comes in the first track with Joe C?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
opens up with Double That'll Calls and Joe C comes on. He's like, straight from the gates of heaven, Joe C.
And they show
then
Joe C at
all the
Woodstock.
lights go out, and on the screen is Joe C at
And he
Woodstock.
like kneels behind and like it's on the screen. It's fucking awesome.
3'9" with a 10-foot dick.
You ever seen Kid Rock live?
no,
Man, it's great, dude.
Dude.
I should come, man.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good time.
One of the shows that you play, I should come.
Yeah, we only got a few left.
You got
but
8 left.
Yeah,
We did
Crazy.
something. So where in Florida are you from?
I'm from Fort Myers.
Okay, we're actually going to.
We're going to what is
Where-
it?
The ranch.
The ranch in Fort Myers. You ever been there?
I have no idea.
Apparently, it's a big country western bar down there.
It's a bar, or is it? How big is it?
Well, it's the spot where a few years ago it was a legendary moment where Upchurch had a show there, and the crowd was so like rowdy that the floor caved in.
Oh, I
upstairs.
remember that. I remember that.
So
Now,
it's
I know what you're talking about.
That joint.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but I know what you're talking. I remember that video where it just goes boom and
Yeah,
it
so-
caves in.
Yeah, how many people does that place hold? Like
I think it's like between like 1,500, 1,600.
Okay,
so
cool.
it's a
Yeah.
good size room.
perfect for us.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
great, man.
yeah. I love it, man. When you get in the smaller rooms, it's just ass to elbows.
Do you
and the
think
ener-
that's small? I'm playing 250 caps.
Yeah, but the energy in those rooms.
Oh, it's the
if
best.
you fill those rooms up. Like, what's that place we played in Bristol, Tennessee? The first
Sidetracks.
place. No, the first
Oh,
place.
Thunder
Oh.
Valley Tavern.
Yeah,
Thunder
dude, that was
Valley
fun.
Tavern.
That was a fun night.
How big was that?
Like you said,
Maybe.
like
That's like
250.
300.
Oh man, those are the
250.
best
It was-
because there's people outside waiting.
Yes.
Yeah.
My agent was like, well, first of all, this was the first time. This last tour run that I did a month ago was
Yeah.
my first tour ever.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Like official run.
Yeah.
You know, I've done when I went to school I went to school at USF for a
Yeah.
year, dropped out and stayed in Tampa for a while. I performed at like bars and grills and like
Yeah.
acoustic sets for like 50 people, 60 people. But that was my first run to go out and do things because cigarettes on patios and all that had just popped off right before COVID.
Yeah.
So I was just like shit out of, especially being in LA. I mean,
Yeah.
that's part of the reason why I left LA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you leave Tampa and go out to LA?
I left Tampa, went back to Fort Myers,
Okay.
and then I spent some time in Miami working with some guys, and then I went to LA.
When did you write Cigarettes on Patios?
Maybe 2017.
Okay. But you just never did anything with it, or were you?
I mean, I
like-
had it. I was just waiting. I honestly had a whole bunch of demos
Yeah.
that I was just waiting to find the right opportunity to go at and push it.
You just never know like what's gonna pop off. You know.
I don't know. I had a feeling about the record, to be honest. Here's what happened. We went to LA. I'm getting a phone call. Let me turn that off. We went to LA from Miami. It was my first trip to LA. I didn't have any money. I was broke. I was
Yeah.
living on out of my friend's, like literally the size of if you close this off into a freaking square.
Yeah, that's how they be living in New York and LA.
No, this was in Florida though.
Oh, in Florida,
in Fort Myers. I was living in his back house. There was a shed that we had put up the insulation and put the plywood and drywall up to make it into a little studio room.
Yeah.
And so I was living there because I was smoking a ton of dope. And, you know, Mom didn't want anything to do with me. So we're good now. I love you, Mom. But, you know, I was living out of there and they were like, hey man, we'll help you with a flight to LA and you can stay with us. We got an Airbnb and we'll just work out there. We're driving second day in on Sunset Boulevard and we park with the rental car that they had rented. They left their backpacks in the back seat. Boom. Get smashed into.
Damn.
All the stems, all the songs. And I was such a prick because I'm like, man, my whole fucking, my 10 album, you know, nobody Jake Herring songs are gone. And these dudes had like Kodak Black records, Selena Gomez records that they lost, that never came out. They were like in the train to come out, you know, like in the release. So yeah, that was literally 2 days after that I had cut Cigarettes on Patios.
Wow.
Kind of like out of anger. It was kind of an angry song, to be honest. And then I hated it for a while, but now I'm like, I love it.
You love it. Changed your life, right?
Yeah, it changed my life. And also, you know, there's no better feeling than what you get live performing a song that when people know. I mean, you know,
every word.
You know, with your record, it's every word. We played Lollapalooza, 5,000 people just like, I just went like this. You know what I mean? I didn't even sing it.
Yeah, that was one of the things that Bonner put on
Y'all played
the
two
sheet.
sets, right?
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday? Friday, Saturday?
Saturday was Saturday was the BMI stage. Sunday was the little Bud Light tent.
That's cool.
Which was honestly kind of even just as dope, you know? Because like that's another situation where you got 400 kids that are like screaming your shit.
Yeah, it's insane.
And if they're going to the side stage, they're there to watch who's at the side
like
stage.
This stage is like the size of this apartment. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not this huge. It's not like the BMI. The BMI stage wasn't that big either, but it's in an area where we got lucky. We played at 6 p.m. and you're talking the hottest 2 weeks that Chicago has had in a long time, and there's trees covering our stage. So everybody's coming to this stage, even if they don't know who I am. But surprisingly, I mean, everybody knew that record. Not surprisingly, but like, it's still a shock to me, you know, because I'm new to you.
Same
probably
thing for me, dude.
But you've been touring for a while.
Well, I have been, and I mean, I've been touring for the last 2 years, like really touring as an artist. I mean, before that, I played covers 4 nights a week, 4 hours straight for $1,200 and tips, but split between 4 guys.
Hey, we got the tin roof food though.
And free tin roof food.
Lots of tin roof.
Patios,
which
baby.
would you play at? The one on.
So I didn't really do the Broadway thing down here. I traveled and did there's a bunch of tin roofs. There's like Columbia, South Carolina, Raleigh, Myrtle Beach.
Hey, that's better than Broadway. In my opinion.
Del Rey.
Yeah,
Del Rey,
Florida.
McIlwain.
Del Rey,
That's a wild place,
dude. This one time we drove down to Del Rey. We did 4 nights. We drove back to Coleman, Alabama, which is like 2 hours from here. Played a 4th of July festival, turned around and drove all the way back down to Del Rey and did 4 nights in a row.
That place is crazy, huh?
It's crazy, man.
Del Rey is a great place. Shout out Del. I mean, we played Sunfest like whenever it was 4 months ago.
That's like in that park.
No, it was Sunfest is in West Palm.
Yeah.
But that's like 20 minutes from Del Rey.
Far.
And one of my buddies, his cousins lived in Del Rey. So we just went out and hung out in Del Rey. And I'm like, this shit is wild.
We got a Airbnb in West Palm one time. Me and that guy got in a fist fight. We got to tell the story because it's funny.
Tell the story.
So, he's not allowed to drink before shows now because obviously we're not just playing cover gigs. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like one of the best employees I've ever had.
He always handles. He handles.
He's
it.
been with me
great.
for what, 7 years now?
Yeah.
He's been with me for 7 years. He's not just the drummer. He manages the stage. He runs our in-ear system. We have all our backline gear. He runs all that stuff and sets everything up. But back then, back then we were just like a cover band. We split everything evenly. You know what I mean? There was no like artist deal or whatever. And anyways, he gets hammered drunk at the show, and so does Terry. Terry's my guitar player. He's been with me for 10 years.
Man, that's amazing.
And Terry, he gets hammered drunk. I look at Terry at one point, and he's like, "Dude, I can't even see my fretboard right now." But we're playing like I had a couple of songs in the set that like if Matt was drunk, I knew that we would play him, and then he would be locked back in. So I like called one of those songs in the talk back, and he just completely fucks it up. We're playing like Good Directions, that Billy Currington song.
Wow.
And he's just like all out of time, and it's just like, dude, I'm ready to kill this motherfucker. So I had to finish the set. It was our first night too of like the 4-day run.
And where was this? In Delray.
Yeah, in Delray. So like I was like, fuck it, like I'm just gonna finish this shit acoustic, and I crushed it like the last hour, But like I come to find out, he got off stage when they had a bottle of Fireball, and he was like drinking straight out of the bottle and spilt Fireball all over the girl that booked us at the venue. Like I should have fired him, you know what I mean? But like,
but you're still here 7 years later.
So 5
years later.
So I mean, we get back in the van and we're headed back down to West Palm. It's like a 30-minute drive, 20-minute drive, or something like that. And dude, I'm just like fuming. Terry's like hanging his head out the window. I'm like, I'm about to kill everybody in this fucking van and just drive back to Alabama or Nashville or whatever. And then finally he said something. I said, you know what? I wasn't going to say anything, but fuck this. You have a fucking problem. And we just started going off. And then next thing I know, we're back at the house, and I'm like, I just go in the room, shut the door. There's no blankets in this Airbnb. It's just weird. And anyways, I'm just sitting there. I'm just miserable. And next thing I know, he's on the phone with the guy that like does the sound. His name was Rustin or something like that. Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, I just need you to find like a local drummer down here. I'm just not going to play with the band. Like calling the venue, like if I'm such a problem, then, all this shit. And dude, I just went in there. I just punched him right in the face.
Well, McIlwain, you still look good.
It's like, dude, back then that was our livelihood. That was our money. Like, call it whatever you want, a fucking cover gig. But dude, like, if we could walk out of there and all make, at the end of the week, I'll make $1,200 or something like that.
Yeah, it's good money.
I was paying the bills for the month.
Also, he was just probably wasted.
Yeah.
Woke up the next morning.
Yeah, I mean, he knew he was fired.
I want back in the band.
Yeah, he knew he was fired, and I was like, all right, man, I'll just give you a second chance. But
me and Trey back then, we had like on the business side and friendship side, it's like it was with us all. We're all basically brothers. Like we fucking, it's either
we've all seen each other's dicks at least once or twice.
I've only been with him for 2 years. I've seen everybody's dick. They've all seen mine.
It's like a locker room in this.
But we also, like me and him also, for the most part, like I played tour manager back then too. So it's like I handled the figuring out the gas and the hotels, and he handled.
And when he got drunk, he wanted to tell you about it. So I don't know, man. It was just wild. But anyway, so what got me off on that story?
Delray Beach.
Florida.
Yeah. Love that place.
Yeah. Great place. I mean, that was a great festival for us. So
there's like that pizza joint that after you get done, they're open. That's like a.
Oh yeah, it's right across from the Tin Roof, because we'd go or a block up, and we'd go there every single time. They
done playing. It's like by the Slice at the window. It's pretty good.
I have no idea. I didn't even know they had tin roofs in anywhere else besides here.
Yeah. So they're all.
There's
over.
one right here on what was that?
Demumbrian.
Demumbrian. Yeah.
Demon Broon.
Demon Broon.
They do this other thing at Tin Roof too, where it's like it's called Nashville Hits the Roof or something, and it's like Nashville artists will go and play like an hour and a half set. Like an original set, and then afterwards they'll have the band, like the cover band, the house band, and I was always the house band. And there was always like Casey Tyndall came through Columbia one time, and like a bunch of like other artists, so pretty cool.
That's my thing with Broadway, is that I wish that I get it's tourist trap, but I wish there was like another strip in Nashville, like Broadway, and then whatever Broadway 2 next to it. That was just all original shit.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I would love to just be able to go I would be drunk every night. Yeah, going bar to bar till 4 a.m. just listening to people's original music. Yeah,
there's not bands that really do that. The best thing you can do is just go to Demumbrian and go to a writers round.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
The writers rounds are cool though. There's some of them that are great. Yeah, there's actually a young cat out here.
You ever play writers rounds?
I haven't, but I should.
You should come play.
I've got one I do on Tuesdays.
I'm in, but my shit's gonna be way different.
That's what we like.
I'm in.
That's what we like, bro.
I'm 100% in.
Yeah.
There's this young cat out here. He's not young. He's just new to the industry. His name's Alex Lambert.
Yeah.
You heard of him?
Uh-uh.
Killer. Killer, making some like new country soul R&B. I don't even know how to describe it. It's not country, but it's like country soul. You know, like kind of like if Yola wasn't so like soul R&B, like if it was a little more in the country realm. But that guy's killer, man. And I saw him. He was one of the guys that I saw. What's that place right next to Tin Roof? The one right next to it.
Doghouse?
With
Live
the bar
Oak?
and Live Oak.
Yeah, that's where I do mine. Live
Oh,
Oak.
really?
Yeah, good bar,
So he was he was performing there one night, and I went with my old drummer Grant, and he's like, yeah, you got to hear this kid. And I just heard him, and it was like everybody else, you know, they were good, but it's just like you hear a lot of the same, like similar to your country music. When I first heard Dick Down in Dallas, I was like, yo, this is some writing that you don't hear like usually in country music. You know, that's a slap me in the face. And then I dove in and, you know, I even listened to the whole self-titled 2013.
Fuck yeah, country boy crazy.
We love that shit.
Hey, that shit's hot. Hey, the mixing on that is like, I know you might not love it, but hey, what's that third track that's like a rock track? Your voice is all like,
Play it loud.
yeah, that one.
It's coming back, baby.
yeah.
It's coming back.
Thank you.
But anyways, I heard his voice at Live Oak, and I was like, oh yeah, this guy sticks out, you know. And then I met him through my buddy Grant, and I just like wished there was more opportunities. I mean, I know there's a writers rounds, but a lot of times it's hard. Like even with him, I was like, is he country or is he not country, or like what's going on here? Because you hear everybody else around him singing country, and you just assume he's country. Yeah. But then he played me the records, and I'm like, oh, this is like soul, like old school R&B soul, country rock shit.
I feel like sometimes Nashville can ruin artists in a certain way. It's like a lot of people get here and they have their own style, you know, and then everybody's doing this one thing. So everybody tends to do that. But I feel like if you can like figure out a way to move here and stay your own lane, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's what I did.
And it typically works out.
I'm happy I'm here, and there's a huge alternative
And
scene here.
there's so much more than
East
just
is awesome.
country.
East Nashville.
Just country music here.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, there's alternative bands like I was so surprised to figure out how many rock and roll bands. I mean, like you got people like Cage the Elephant that live in town here.
awesome.
You know what I mean? Greta Van Fleet. Like it's crazy to think of Nashville as this place now that's like, I forgot who it was. One of my friends came by and they were like, man, I expected it to be like all these rustic saloons and shit. I'm like, no, this is a city.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's
crazy
like,
going fast too.
And the writing rooms are becoming a little bit more like LA too. You know, like I mean, Sony puts me with like at least one to three track guys every week. You know? Like I walk in, they're like, I got this track, and you know, no words. It's just like this vibe. What do you think about this? And then I'll just start humming a melody, and then you know, at the end of the day, we have a demo and a song. You know,
are you right? Is that for other people or is that for you?
I just try to write songs for myself. I signed with Sony last August, so I'm on my second year of my
on
publishing.
On publishing.
Yeah. So I always.
Then you bought a truck.
I always just try to write songs for myself.
Yeah, oh yeah, he bought it. Yeah,
My nice truck.
Yeah, a nice truck.
Nicer than my
Fuck you,
truck.
truck.
it is a fuck you truck.
Yeah.
I like that, man.
I just wanted something to like, and the cool thing about trucks now is you buy them and they don't lose value.
I know, it's
So
crazy.
it's like-
I couldn't believe it, dude. The Chevy Silverado I was looking and I'm like, I can't believe that these are the stock. Like maybe like whatever the LT version, or nothing like crazy pimped out. And I'm like, this shit is $50K. You know what I mean? I'm like the highest models are like $70K now. It's like, I feel like trucks are just going to go up in value because of the utility of them. Like,
yeah, like my truck, the only thing, it was like, I ordered it in like March and it didn't get here till like May.
But you probably saved a lot of money doing that.
Not really.
It was same price?
Same price. I had to pay like $1,000 down to hold it, and then when it got there, like I didn't buy it cash. I put a big chunk down. I'm gonna pay on it for a year. And
I'm financing mine,
and then pay it off, and then my fucking credit by then will be bulletproof. You know, nobody steals.
That's
my
why I did it
identity or
too,
something.
because I was like, my credit was already high, but I would like to. You know, we were mentioning how I live in Donaldson earlier. I would like to actually go a little farther out.
Yeah,
like
same.
maybe I'm not really sure where. I even looked in like Greenbrier.
Like Greenbrier,
that's a beautiful area.
Greenbrier's nice.
And you can find, like, I'm doing a lot of production now for all these other alternative acts, and like even I'd be down with anything, pop, country, whatever. But I tend to lean alternative because
Yeah.
that's what I listen to all
Yeah.
the time. And I track like live drums in my house and live
Yeah.
guitar, live bass, all that stuff. But I just noticed that if you go out a little further, you can get like a 3-4 bedroom house that has a tall A-frame ceiling that just will sound like incredible for a live room. So that's what I want to do.
You strike me as a guy that just grinds in the studio.
Yeah,
all the
I mean,
time.
I've been in sessions the last like 7-8 days.
Just
As soon as I
always
got
just
off tour, you know what it was though? I had never felt the high from being on tour. And it's different. Like you're doing a lot of the Weekend Warrior stuff, which is sick.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it. But like I'm going out here and playing 5 shows in a row, one day off, 5 shows again, one day off, 5 shows again, one day off.
That's still a dream.
Then 3 days off, then like 4 days on, and then you're off the tour. You know, it's like quick, like 2-3 week things is what we're doing right now until spring. And I never felt the high. And I'm sober on tour. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do anything on tour because I you can hear my voice already.
Yeah.
If I have 2 tequila sodas,
It's done.
I don't even get buzzed off of 2 tequila sodas. And the next day I wake up, I'm like, hey, I'm Jake. You know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm just sober on tour. I just figured out that's after fucking up a couple times. That's best for me. So, I forgot what I was going to say. What was our
Grinding high from the studio.
Yeah, the high from being on the road.
Oh yeah, I'd never felt the high from being on the road like that. And then you get off and you're like, man, life's boring.
Yeah.
So I just immediately came back and just started working.
Yeah.
Like crazy. I was just like, I'm gonna grind and put myself in the position where I can become, you know, I'd always produced, but I never like put my production foot forward, and I knew I could do it. So I just, the last like 3 weeks, I just been going after it, man.
Just getting after
And
it.
I just want a ranch fucking house with my dog in my truck.
Yeah.
You have a doodle too, right?
Space.
Some space, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not complaining. The house I live in Donaldson is like maybe 0.6 acres or something. But if I could get on like 2 acres and like maybe
Have your
even
house, but have a barn with the studio
a barn.
in the back.
No, I would love to build a barn and build it
Keep
out.
home and work a little separate.
Just move next to Trey's looking for some acres. He wants a pond. Y'all can just share a
I
pond.
love a
Let's
pond
just build
too,
us a
man.
compound, dude.
Yo, you fish a lot too. I
do,
fuck
man.
with that. I've
Yeah.
only really fished saltwater, not much freshwater.
I'll take you. We'll go.
We were,
I'm in.
yeah, we were saltwater fishing this weekend, actually.
Where?
We went fishing with do you ever watch the show Wicked Tuna?
Yes.
We went fishing with Paul from the show.
Wicked Pissa. He took us out on.
Wait, were you catching tuna?
We didn't. We tried to, but we didn't catch
we
anything.
caught a
They
bunch
weren't
of
biting
bait,
that day.
caught some dogfish, saw a bunch of
Yeah.
humpback whales, but we're out there with Paul.
We all shared our nudes. It was cool. Yeah.
Yo, I'll tell you what. There's nothing like being out in the water.
We
like
saw
that.
whales and shit, man.
cool.
Like
Where was this?
This was in Gloucester,
up in Mass.
Massachusetts. We got done with the.
I don't even know where Massachusetts is.
We got done with the show, Boston. We got done with the amphitheater
harbor.
show with Kid Rock, and then we had the bus driver take us directly to the marina.
Oh, that's sick.
We were on the water
Dude,
by
and
4 a.m.
This guy is like super famous, like because from the TV show.
Yeah.
Like we get off the boat and there's people at the dock just taking pictures of him.
asking
That's
him,
crazy,
trying
man.
to get quotes from him for like fishing magazines and stuff.
Yeah.
Then we went and ate fresh seafood. You had some sushi.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. There's nothing like being out in the water like that.
Yeah.
That's like
We went like 30 miles out, man. It was crazy.
that's like on the Atlantic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the northern part.
It's deep, 30 miles out. I mean, you could go 30 miles in the Gulf of Mexico, you're in 60 feet of water. You
Yeah.
go 30 miles in the Atlantic, you're in like, what, 1,000 feet?
Well, where we were fishing was like a 100 foot. But there was parts that were like 300, 500
Holes
that
and
we
stuff.
were crossing
Yes,
over.
did you grow up fishing in the Gulf a lot?
Yeah, I
That
grew
was
up.
your
My
stuff?
dad's from Port Arthur, Texas.
Okay.
So he'd sell shrimp for a living.
Oh, wow.
That's what he does. And so he grew up, Corpus Christi, Galveston, that whole area. And then he moved to Key West eventually to start working on the docks down there. And so I just grew up being around like seafood and fishing my whole life, you know? So yeah, I've been going out on boats since I was like 7.
Hell yeah.
So I know all about saltwater.
Yeah.
Anything, trolling.
He needs to teach us a
dropping.
thing or two then when we go back down to Pensacola
Yeah,
and shit.
for
'Cause
sure.
We sucked.
For sure.
Yeah, I mean, the easiest is just drop fishing.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for grouper or
Live bait,
snapper
yeah.
or whatever. Yeah, with some live bait.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. I just enjoy the finesse of like a lure,
Oh
and,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
just really skilling it. But so, all right. So you went back to Fort Myer and then you went out to LA back.
Well, yeah, Fort Myers, spent some time I was commuting basically.
in the dungeon.
Yeah. Fort Myers in the dungeon, and pretty much commuting to go work with these more renowned, better known producers and songwriters in Miami. So I was driving like 3 times a week, like 2 hours there. I'd drive at like 8 a.m. and then I'd drive back at like 2.
Was this before SoundCloud with Scooter, or was this after?
This was kind of, I was dropping stuff. This was before.
Yeah.
I was like dropping stuff, but I wasn't like putting out the stuff that I wanted to put out yet. And that's kind of how we had already had meetings with Atlantic. We had a meeting with two different guys at Atlantic. We had another meeting with Pulse, who's my current publisher in LA. We had a meeting, I want to say with Sony. I don't remember, either Sony or Columbia or somebody. And once we started having the meetings and people heard the music, I'm like, all right, maybe we should like test it.
Yeah.
And that's when we put it out on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
And then it was like word got around. We met with the ex-head of A&R at SB. Yeah. And the guy was like, this is it. I'm going to take it to him and let him listen. Excuse me. And yeah, I mean, he called it. He was like, I'm going to fly you out next week. Yeah. And I was like, no way.
Scooter Braun was?
No, his A&R guy.
Yeah, his A&R guy.
And I was like, no way. I'm like, people talk shit. At this time, I had so many people tell me they were going to do this, they were going to do that.
There's some slimy fucks, too.
Slimy fucks in this industry. And so I'm like, yeah, whatever. He's like, this Tuesday. I was like, okay. Tuesday comes around. He's like, I need a little more time. I'm like, here we go. Yeah. Next Tuesday, he flew me out. And so I was like, okay. As soon as I sat down at the table and had the meeting with Scooter, and he's like, look, I'll do bidding wars. I don't fuck around. This is what I'm prepared to offer you. You're at a base level right now. I think this song's a hit. We'll market this song, which they did. And it did well. As soon as that meeting was over, I'm talking like 2-3 hours after.
You had money in your account.
Boom. No. It was I wish. It was Atlantic. Hey, let's have another meeting. Yeah. Columbia. Hey, let's have another meeting. Like all of a sudden, the word just, I don't know how. I guess somebody told somebody.
Somebody makes a move, and then it all starts
going.
going.
It's just started like, then it was like all of a sudden Pulse went from like, we want to offer you X amount of money to X amount of money. Yeah. And then once I signed the SB deal because I really feel, and even now to this day, I'm in the middle of renegotiating my contract with Universal SB for the past 7 months.
So did you roll with Scooter or no?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I actually think Scooter's a good guy for the most part. I mean, he hasn't done me bad.
Dude, I think he's awesome.
Yeah. And
he's one of the smart, like, I look up to that guy. He's
I think a lot of people
I don't know
talk
anything
shit
bad about him. I guess the whole Taylor Swift thing, but
it's
I don't
not
really
only
know
that, like a lot of
that.
people have these stories and inside stuff and whatever. And I'm like, I don't know. I've experienced him on a personal light, and like this is the type of guy who, sometimes it's hard to get a hold of because on Tuesday he's in fucking Nantucket and on Thursday he's in France. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like once you get a hold of him, and luckily I'm pretty easy. I mean, I could text him right now and he'll text me back within 10 minutes. Yeah. It's like I could pretty easily get a hold of him, and the dude is like very artist friendly from what I've experienced in my personal
so important
world.
So the guy that runs my my social media, his name's Mitch. He's like, Scooter's like his like idol
icon.
He loves him. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta appreciate the guy.
He's a smart guy,
and he knew. I mean, you know how hard it is. You know how hard it is. Everybody knows how hard it is to actually break an artist. So he went from breaking an artist with a whole bunch of people who helped him out in the process. And then he said, I'm going to make the smart move and manage artists. Yeah. And that was the smartest thing. If he would have kept to developing artists, I don't think he would be the Scooter Braun that we know today. Yeah. But he was smart enough to go, all right, I'm going to take this leverage and start picking up clients where I know that all I got to do is make a phone call to so-and-so and this will get done, or I'll get this feature or whatever.
Yeah, it's pivoting and finding your niche, like finding a void to take in the industry.
Like Scooter's the guy that I call. And he was managing me at one point. He's not managing me anymore. I'm managed by the assembly.
Yeah,
Bridget,
assembly.
Right? Yeah,
us together.
Family.
Well, they don't do my management. They do my social media.
But they're great, man. I mean, Bridget's great, and she's from that space, Rage Against the Machine, and all that stuff, Radiohead, and Scooter's the guy that you call when you're at like 90%. Yeah, and you need the 10%. So like Cigarettes was popping off, and we needed a little extra hype just to get it replayed. We didn't even want the remix to do. We didn't expect the remix to pop off, and it didn't. It's at like 7 million or 8 million, whatever. But we just needed the remix to relaunch the original and say, oh, look, we still got buzz around this. Replaylist us, redo this, keep pushing it. And it was one phone call. He's like, you want 24K going on the record? I'm like, yes. This is right when Mood popped off.
Yeah.
And he's like, the next day we had 24K on the record.
Yeah.
I'm talking within 3 days, I had his verse on the song.
That's crazy.
So that's the Scooter like power that I think people are just dumb. I think a lot of artists, and I was dumb at one point too, but I think a lot of artists don't fail to recognize that, like, one, we think shit moves a lot faster than it does in real reality.
And I think the thing is I was talking to somebody about this earlier. It's like, you know, you spend all this time like trying to find your chance, or like trying to, like, you know, if I could get on this show, or if I can, you know, get on this song, or like do this or do whatever. It's like we have to. It's on us to create a certain amount of demand for ourselves. Until we do that, there's nothing that Scooter Braun or fucking anybody can do for us.
I was just talking.
Doesn't matter how good you are, how shitty you are, until you create that demand yourself, then nothing can be done.
I was just talking to my producer who produced the next album. I have a whole album, 11 songs that are all classic rock analog recorded.
Hell yeah.
Fuck
I'm talking classic, like Stone Zeppelin. I'll play it for you after this. And what was I saying? The producer, it was me and another guy, Danny Scheinman, who did it all. He was playing bass with me, but now he's focusing on production and stuff. You know, he's got his own life. And
it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was fun while it lasted.
You're not butthurt.
He's like, you know, I'm not going to list his age, but he's a little older, and, you know, he wants to focus on the production because he knows that's where he's going to make the most money and build his career the most. But we were just talking about this on the phone. I was at Costco like 2 hours ago getting some meats to grill up, and he was like, man, I just feel like a lot of these artists out here are just lost trying to grab at whatever's in front of them. He's like, I feel like what's so important is for you to know who you are as an artist.
Exactly.
And once
know
you
what
do
you
that,
want to say.
Once you do that, like, I feel like it might not be the first album, might not be the second album, but it's bound to
Eventually
happen.
it's going to hit.
At one point, somebody's going to hear it and go, I want that.
And once you quit giving a fuck, life becomes a lot easier.
So true, man.
You know?
So true.
I did that for a long time. You know, I feel like there's songs in my catalog where I was trying to sound like this artist or trying to be like that artist.
Yeah.
And then when I just said, fuck it, like, this song's funny. Like, my friends wrote it. Nothing will probably ever happen, but I don't give a shit. Like, let's just record it and put it out, you know?
Yeah.
And then, of course, it blew up and did what it did. And, like, you know, I think for me, there's two kind of fans. You know, there's Dick Down in Dallas fans, and then there's Trey Lewis fans.
Yeah.
And I think that my goal has always been to have, you know, if you come to a Trey Lewis show, a Dick Down Dallas fan, you're going to leave a Trey Lewis fan. Like, that's my MO, you know?
That's great, man.
And,
I'm in the same boat.
A lot of people are like, you know, when are you going to put other songs out like Dick Down Dallas? Like, that ain't, you know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen. So,
yeah,
like,
your brain's not like, oh, let me make another song just like Dick Down in Dallas. I want to be the next
fucking Wheeler Walker Jr., you know?
Yeah,
like,
no.
I'm a country artist. I've always been a country artist. But I mean, I'm always going to do shit that's funny. Like, there's a lot of comedy in my music videos and things like that.
In the live show.
And it's worked out, you know? Like, I wrote this other song called Single Again. It went #1 on iTunes back in January.
One too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still got the fuck you know?
I like that new one too. What Better If We Not, or what is it?
How About We Don't?
How About We Don't?
Yeah, thanks, dude. I appreciate that, man.
That's a good record, dude.
I wrote that with Jake Rose. You know him? He's in a rock band called New Medicine. You have to check him out.
It's a great name.
Yeah.
New Medicine.
Yeah.
See, BabyJake.
They did it all. They
New
did
Medicine.
They did Woodstock and all that shit.
Holy
back in the
shit. Oh,
day.
so
Or not
they're
Woodstock, but Warped Tour and all that.
Yeah,
stuff.
they're
from like the 90s.
But like, dude, he
90s,
started
2000s.
But like, they've been through a couple of record deals, but then like during COVID, he started posting the shit on TikTok, and it's like become a whole new thing. It's like, you know, it's like open up a whole new world, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that's a whole nother thing.
Creating that demand.
You know, people like to say that TikTok has this one like certain thing that it likes, but then you go on the top 50 viral on TikTok, and there's like Spanish songs from like the 80s on there and shit. Like, it's no telling, like, if you're true to yourself, eventually something's gonna hit.
Yeah.
You know, and you just gotta, like you said, don't care. Like, do it because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Don't focus on, like, I lost enjoyment for a while. You know, like the last album I put out, I was so stressed about that shit, and so stressed about, you know, the deal and what was going on in COVID and canceling tour and all this shit, that like it wasn't even fun to me anymore.
Did you love it, Bonner?
239 is still my favorite.
Yeah, OG. I mean, you know, it's like I had to get out of that.
Yeah.
I had to get back to where I go, like, look, I love this shit. I love performing live. I told my agent, I just said this in another podcast thing that I posted today. If I could do 300 dates in 2023, I'd be happy. Like, I want to be on the road consistently playing. And the same thing you said, if I can show up with these people expecting to hear Cigarettes on Patios 9 times and play Cigarettes on Patios once as the encore with 10 other songs, and they leave going, that was a great show. I love I'm going to look up all your other stuff tonight. That's a win.
That's a win.
You know, and like we play 5-piece band with wedges, no in-ears, no click.
Yeah, you told me about that.
No
I was
fucking-
like,
That's
hell
fucking
yeah.
awesome.
No, nothing, dude.
Fucking
Rock and
rock
roll.
and
And
roll.
I'll tell you what, when you fuck
Damn.
up, people hear it.
That's
But when
dope,
you sound
though.
great,
When you got the tracks and you fuck up, people hear it. When McIlwain has to turn.
Whoa.
Fucking
When
hell.
I know. I was saying when McIlwain has to turn off the track because I fucked something up, and we have to play like a real band, people notice.
yeah, of course. I mean, I think it's also great because, like in San Fran, we got screwed in San Fran. We played this small, like 250 cap. We only sold, I think I sold like 100 tickets because Outside Lands announced that Friday when we played. And I went, oh, I'm screwed. There's no way. Even if I bring the biggest opener in town, it's still going to be like 150 people. But it was small. The first 60 knew all the lyrics, and we go into one of these new records that I'll play you today because we play like 2 or 3 of the new records to start hyping them on tour and stuff. And my guitar player goes in to play the first note of the solo, and it's bang, pops the string.
Oh damn!
And so that's when wedges are cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm not like looking at the drummer going, hey, yo, like stop the click, stop the tracks right now. We got to go like all live. I just started dancing around, yelling, yeah, get down. And the bass player, boom, 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 boom. The drummer's going to a different, and we just screwed around for 5-6 minutes. Yeah. And after the show, he's so pissed. And my guitar player, he's a little wild. He's one of those, into the substances.
Yeah.
Not saying I'm not. I'm just saying on tour I can't be. And so, and he's out. He's fuming.
Yeah.
I can't believe it broke it. And then he came back on, and because he's tuning a new string and he can't hear it. He can't even hear what he's going to, so he's got to turn it on just for a second to hear it, and then it's falling out, and he's playing chords, and it's falling out, and he's pissed off because the next 3 songs start getting a little wonky. People after the show, I sell my own merch, so I'm sitting there after the show, and the last thing I say is, I'm selling my merch right over here. If you want a picture, if you want whatever, I'm just standing right fucking here. They come over, all these, I'm talking like 75%, 80% of the people who came up, they said their favorite part was when the string broke.
Yeah. Because it's real, dude.
It's real.
It's real. That's what people want.
And like you got to improvise.
That's how I am, dude. Like I don't see myself as like some kind of famous person or anything like that, So after my show's over, I go over to the merch table. I'll stand back there for fucking 3 hours.
We've done 3 hours.
Everybody's hand.
If you want me to sign
if you're
your
gonna buy a
tits,
ticket, share my music, I'll sign your tits, whatever you want me to do, And
I'm telling you, that's
signed a baby's head once.
That's some real stuff. I mean, until it gets to the point where like, let's say you're selling out like Red Rocks.
Yeah.
And then you're standing at the merch table and you're going to miss your next date because you're standing at the merch table so long. Like then it's okay, staying there for like 30 minutes.
That's when you sell the meet and greets,
Yeah, exactly. Like,
but now while we're I look at it as like, I've had a successful song. I've had another song. I've had other songs do well, but like, I still see myself as I'm still in the trenches.
Yeah, me too.
Know what I mean?
Me too, man. I mean, especially now because like I said, I bounced around so much that like it's I feel like I'm opening a whole new can of worms here with the rock stuff. I mean, people heard it a little bit on Don't Give Me Problems, Give Me Wine, but like this is like shit the mix even sounds old.
Yeah.
Like not in a bad way, but just like it's so different that for me, I'm like, okay, I'm in this position where I got to prove that to my fans, like, stick with me here.
Yeah.
Or gain new fans, which is cool too.
Yeah.
And like, see what happens with this album because
rock's in, baby.
It really is.
Good.
I think it's coming back right now, like heavy. I think it's popping off right now, but I mean, we'll see. I think I'll always feel like I'm one step behind where I really am, because I don't like. I don't know. I just love it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I fell back in love with it after that tour run.
Yeah.
You know, and I was so stressed before that. What am I going to do with this? You know, it was in the middle of these tight negotiations with lawyers going back and forth and blah, 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 and all this shit. And I'm like, I went on tour and I'm like, oh, I get it. It's about the music. Yeah. Oh, duh. You know, I'm like, you feel stupid.
Like, why
You're
do I
like,
forget? You know?
it's crazy. But now I'm like, dude, I'm just hyped to be able to like record every day and like do this for a living. You know, it's like
something we do for free, or we did do for free forever.
It's a blessing, you know? So, I mean, coming from, I have a sports background where I wanted to be in the NBA and the NFL my whole life, and then going to music and being like, oh, I want to be there. Like, I'm here. At the same time that you say you still feel like you're in the trenches, I feel like I'm in the trenches, but at the same time, I feel like I'm here.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I don't feel like I'm way better than anybody else.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the trenches in that capacity and that I got to work hard and keep working hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, man, my life's made. I can
I'm exactly like where I've always wanted to be, and that's just to have a chance.
Exactly,
at doing this.
exactly,
You
man.
know?
And like
a fighting chance to
and
like.
you know, if you are playing shows right now and you're releasing genuine music, this chance will probably provide you the next 30 years of your life.
Yeah.
Because people, the one thing that the digital era can't change about what's going on in the world and what has always gone on is that live music will always be.
Yeah.
I mean, until we're fucking robots or whatever.
Yeah. What's the new thing? Monkeypox.
Yeah, monkeypox. Yeah.
My sister texted me the other day. You know, she gets like way out of hand with shit. She was like, "Mark my words, the country will be shut down by December." You know, I'm just like, chill out.
Another reason I left LA. That shit is just like,
yeah. What was it like going from Florida to LA in that time? Because you're going from a spot where you can pretty much do anything to a spot where you can't do anything when COVID starts.
I mean, look. I grew up in Fort Myers. I'm looking at the camera. This is going to be borderline risky here.
Give it to
I
him.
grew up in Fort Myers, Florida. You can kind of guess where I lie on a maybe political, economic, social spectrum. I think that the problem with LA is that you got this huge white community, right? That are making all these decisions for everybody. Yeah. And they think they're making the right decisions, and they're not even asking the other people how they feel. They're just making the decision. And my whole problem with that is that you get stuck with, I mean, look, Florida was shut down for a week, and then you had to wear your mask in Publix. You know what I mean? But like LA up till like 6 months ago was shut down. Like you can't, even now, like you can't get into certain places without a Vax card.
Yeah,
you know?
Dude, I'm from New York. I get it.
Oh,
same
you
shit
get
up
it,
there.
man.
I've been down here, but I get it.
And my brother lives in San Jose. He's actually moving to Virginia now. He just got a great job at UVA. But
hell yeah.
But he was the director of nursing. I got 3 half brothers. They're a lot old. My dad's 71, so they're a lot older than me. The brother I'm talking about, I think he's in his, I don't even know, late 40s.
So you were a mistake, is what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm a mistake. My dad got a vasectomy right after me, man. It's a true story. No, but he was the director of nursing oncology at Stanford. Super smart guy. And he had told me, and he leans a little bit left, which is fine. I don't judge. But he told me, he's like, the whole reason that the first quarantine was started was so that hospitals could get prepared and catch up. And as soon as the media took it,
it was just
they blew it out like, oh, this is getting drastically bad. And it wasn't. It really wasn't yet. Yeah. And then once that hit, the testing came. And then once the testing came, of course, LA and New York are going to be crazy numbers. What do you think? First of all, there's 16 million people in LA. Second of all, half of these people are taking 6 tests a freaking week just to work.
There was people in Love's the other day that were like working behind the counter that said that they either had COVID or were getting over COVID, that their doctor just told them to go back to work. Now it's like not even a thing.
Oh, dude,
they just have a fucking mask
that's
on.
what I'm saying.
Dude, that's on the CDC now. They said it's basically a cold.
Yeah, they said it's no longer mandatory to
I've had
quarantine.
it 3 times.
Yeah, I've had it 3 or 4. Remember the guy at Five Guys in like the spacesuit, the hazmat suit?
Dude, this guy had on like a motorcycle helmet, like homemade cloth like thing. It was
He
ridiculous.
looked like
Got
whatever.
some music
like,
video ideas from that one.
Like Homer Simpson, like
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
like in the hazmat
Yeah.
suits and stuff. Dude was in Five Guys in Virginia, or in
Like,
Pennsylvania.
bro,
just
how are you
dressed
gonna
up like that.
even eat your?
I feel like that's
How you gonna eat your
the
burger?
problem is that he's
Yeah.
at Five Guys, not that he's got a goddamn hat.
Hey, Five Guys, fucks.
It
Five
is.
Guys is good.
Yeah, no, I know what
greasy
you're
as
saying.
fuck.
though. I know what you're saying. And I'm not discounting the people who did pass away. Rest in peace. But like, come on, bro.
Yeah, no. I know.
Look
It's
at the
just
numbers.
ridiculous.
Look at the real numbers of what's going on. And then you get started in like California and the taxes, the politics. You got this freaking guy.
I get it, bro.
Gascon. Like, bro, it's just like
A lot of people got the fuck out of California.
they're leaving.
And they're coming here.
And I'll tell you right now, I loved Los Angeles. Okay, loved, a little strong word. I really liked Los Angeles
Yeah.
when I moved there in
Yeah.
2019. Yeah, 2019. When I just went back to play at the Echo, which was a great show for us, sold out show, over capacity. It was amazing.
Awesome.
And I went back there and just hung out with my friends. I just went and I looked around and I went, this is not the same.
Yeah.
Because all these artists and all the emotion and the energy, and I'm a big believer of energy, that was there. And it had this like huge, like, we're all doing this great thing together and we're going to make art, better art and make the world a better place, whatever. It just died because the only people you have left in LA are the people who could afford to live there.
Yeah.
The people who were striving to be able to afford to live there left.
Yeah.
I mean, half of them moved to Austin and Miami.
Yeah. What's the podcast guy's name?
Sacco.
Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan. He was like, I'm fucking out,
A
bro.
lot of them left
Sacco.
LA.
He's had the smartest decision of his life too.
Where's
That's
he
what
at
said.
now?
He's opening.
Where's he at now?
It's about to open, I think, in Austin. He's building a whole comedy, like kind of like the Comedy Store in L.A. He's building a whole comedy room
He
just to
should
bring in
build.
people.
He should build me a studio out in Greenbrier.
No little sneeze in there.
Yeah. Have you been down to Austin, Texas? You fuck with Austin?
We played a show there. It was dope. I like Nashville more.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
I think Austin has the infrastructure. When I look around, I'm like, oh, this is like a little mini LA already, and it's just going to get worse. I think Nashville, like, at least
Yeah, watch
they're-
for the chicken guy.
Did you ever see the chicken guy in
No, what is
Austin?
that?
Oh, he likes to pee on people's buses.
He peed on the side of our bus, naked dude with a rooster on his shoulder.
Apparently, it's like a thing he does. Hey,
Peed
we
up.
have this. We have this segment here that we do.
Yeah.
And
Let's do it.
it's called Real or Fake Song Titles.
Okay.
This is part 2. So,
I'm supposed to say real or fake.
yeah,
right?
real
Yeah,
or fake. Y'all, all
I haven't
three.
seen
of
it
y'all.
either.
You haven't seen
No.
it? You play with us too, Bob.
All right. Get cooking or start looking for a new man.
Oh,
Real or fake?
That's so specific. It has to be real.
I'm gonna say real.
It's fake.
Oh, man.
Good job, bro.
What were you going to say, bro?
I was gonna go
Of
fake.
course
It does,
you were. Of
it
course
does
you
sound like
were.
an old
Of course
Dolly
you were.
Parton song. But
Good job, Ross.
Hey, honestly, any of these that are fake though, shoot them over
Yeah,
to me.
we'll just ride
Just
together,
right at
man.
me.
My ding-a-ling.
Oh, that's real.
That's
Yeah.
a real one.
Real.
Chuck Berry. That was easy. Cowboys are secretly fond of each other.
That's fake.
Shit's false.
That's fake.
It's real.
I was gonna say real. I gotta be
Willie
quicker with
Nelson.
these.
What is it called?
It says Cowboys are secretly fond of each other.
Willie Nelson?
Willie was on that good
That his
when he
weed
wrote
is
that
very-
one.
Willie's
He was jumping in the
Reserve.
sky.
Homegrown. That's crazy.
Here we
That's a
go.
Great title.
Damn, you got another call blowing up. You need to answer it?
TikTok.
Oh, it's TikTok.
TikTok alarm. That I haven't done in a
Is
month.
that to get live or what?
No, to post
Just
one.
post one. Yeah.
I was posting 3 times a day, and now I'm posting 0 times a day.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, I want to, like I said, I want to get back to this, but
Yeah.
until I'm ready to drop the new music, I struggle with it because I just feel like I'm wasting my time.
I get it, but you never know when something's
I know,
going to fucking go
I know,
super
I know.
viral and then you're fucking
All
cigarettes
right,
and
give me a
patios.
second. No,
Yeah, you
times 10. Yeah.
no, you're right. You're right.
Damn, we should have got you on the remix of Dig Down in Dallas. That's what we should have done. That would've
Remix
been
number
cool.
2.
Remix number
I'll
2.
do it.
That would have been fun.
I'm in.
From Indies to Andes in his undies.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's real. You got it.
Who sings it?
Hoosier Hot Shots.
The Hoosier Hot Shots.
Hoosier
Man.
Brothers?
Shout out to the Hoosier Brothers.
All right. Give me back that ring. I'm buying a boat.
I was going to say real.
That sounds like a Brad Paisley song.
false
That's
as
real.
fuck.
It's fake, but we should definitely write it.
That sounds like a Trey Lewis song all
Brad
day.
Paisley.
It
Give
does
me
sound.
back that ring. Bitch, I'm buying a boat. or something like that. I don't
You got to
know.
cut that anger on that. That's,
Give me that
copyrighted
ring. I'm buying a boat, bitch. That's how it should go, like that. Who is that man? Who is that man I called my uncle?
That's real.
Yeah, I'll say real.
False.
That's fake.
False. Are you reading the screen over
Nah, I can't see that far.
there? All right, yeah, it's fake.
Hit him with that 20/20 vision, baby.
It came from Raw, Sept motherfuckers from Alabama.
Man, he said, Ross, that motherfucker from Alabama.
Please, Daddy, don't get drunk this Christmas.
That's real.
Oh, that's real.
I've heard that song.
You know, I'm starting to think they're all fucking real.
John Diver.
yeah, I've
Real.
heard that song. Please,
John
Daddy, don't
Denver.
get drunk this Christmas. I don't
My
wanna
head
see
hurts,
mama
my
cry.
feet stink, and I don't love Jesus.
That's
Well,
fake.
that's Burrell.
That's real.
What did y'all say?
That's fake.
That's fake.
That's
I
real.
want to say it's real.
It's real. It's a Jimmy Buffett song.
Yeah.
Oh my! What is it called?
It's called "My Head Hurts, My Feet Stink, and I Don't Love Jesus."
He's really wasting away.
Dude, we gotta create a
He's wasting
playlist.
away, and he's
Yeah, we
damn
should.
Margaritaville.
Yeah,
over there.
we should make a playlist.
That's
Make a
great promo.
playlist.
The
Yeah.
wildest names.
Yeah.
Yeah, just from the segment, the real songs.
That's
Hide the
actually
Bible.
smart.
Daddy's coming home.
That's false.
Real. That's real.
I'll
That's
say
false.
real.
Miss Goshi.
Ross on some bullshit.
Ross dropping hits out
That
here.
sounds like a great one.
It
Yeah.
does. I'd listen to it.
I got a song called "Daddy's Coming Home."
Yeah.
Do you? Is it on the
Fucked
new
up
record?
story. You should listen. No, it's out.
Okay.
It was on the last album.
Have you heard it?
I don't think so.
You should listen to
Are
it.
are you the daddy that's coming home?
No,
Dude, so
Daddy
like,
ends up
we'll
getting
get back to
killed.
this, but when you messaged me originally, all right, I think I messaged you or you messaged me on, I think it was like a Dick Down in Dallas thing.
Yeah, I think I
when the
messaged-
song
I had to.
first came out. I was like,
had to message
I was
you.
like, because like, dude, I mean, right when I wasn't even verified when Dick Down in Dallas popped off, like I had 2,500 followers.
I think we
You know,
had
I think
we had
some
8,000,
girl.
but
Here's what happened. I think some girl from Fort Myers that I was seeing at the time,
Yeah.
showed me the record, and I
Oh,
was
really?
like, "What the hell is this?
What is this?" Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that I reached out to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I remember that you were way like weren't verified. You were early.
Yeah, I had
early
like
on.
20. I had probably how
We had
many
like
followers
8,000
we had?
maybe.
Maybe like 8,000
probably
followers
somewhere around there.
And then I like wasn't even. I think when you messaged me, I wasn't even verified, and like I didn't know who you were. You know, just there's so much music out there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and Bonner was like, "Dude, that's BabyJake." So like Bonner listens, like has known who you are for a long time. He's a huge
That's
fan.
my boy.
Yeah.
He
So-
also gave me the best basketball courts in Nashville.
I was gonna say
gotta
I
go
want to
hit it
hear.
up.
And then I broke my finger.
Dude, 4th of July, nobody was there when we went
Dude,
to
you
play.
could definitely dunk on Jake.
We tried to play
Bonner can
together on the
dunk.
4th of July.
Yeah.
We showed up. Nobody else was there.
Really?
Nobody, dude.
Just you and him.
Basically, yeah. I checked Rose. Which one did I checked? Severe Park.
And I
you
checked the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I had
Nobody.
that flip, but
I thought people would have been there because it was like early. We went early too, right?
yeah, we went about 10, 11.
I was like, come on, people got to be outside.
Damn.
But everybody was on Broadway already, probably.
Yeah.
we still got to get one in.
And then
there.
I broke my finger.
Are you a big basketball fan? Like, do you follow the NBA and all
No.
that shit? Or
Do you
no?
think?
No.
So
But
did-
you did play basketball.
I love basketball, but I could not follow that stuff. I would get way too into it, and then my life would
yeah,
be.
it's
So
all-
like you get the question a lot, like, and you get to say yes. So like, you're tall. Did you play basketball?
Yeah, I can say yes.
You know what my
I
answer
was
is?
better at football, but what's your answer?
No, I did drugs.
She's getting dick down and down.
Yeah, that's what they asked me. They're like, "Did you play basketball?" I'm like, "No, I did drugs." It's like
they
the
just don't
easiest
know
way
what
to
to
be
say.
like, "Fuck you" and scare you at the same time. You know what I mean?
I didn't even go to high school.
I didn't even go. I dropped out.
That's
Fuck
great,
off.
man.
All right, let's see. I'm miserable without you. It's just like having you around.
Damn,
That's
Bonner,
real.
that's your
real.
life.
Yeah,
That's
right.
a that's a real that's
not
like
even
an
say it
80s
anymore.
country song.
What
I would
is
say
fake?
real.
true.
It's fake already.
It's Billy Walker.
Okay,
I was
good.
that's real. Yeah.
That's real.
I've had a lot more real ones this
Boyd's
time.
cousin.
Well, that's Boyd's
Who
cousin.
finds these?
My manager, he puts him and Ross. He's like he's my manager's assistant basically.
The assistant too.
The assistant
It's like
to
a
my
Dwight
manager.
Schrute, Michael Scott situation.
Puts them all together. Don't eat the yellow snow.
Oh,
That's real. I've heard that one.
Those
Frank
motherfuckers
Zappa.
put it in
Yeah.
there 2 weeks ago.
He's a wild one, man.
Frank Zappa.
Yeah, he's out there. My
That
ass-
music is sorry, not to
Go
cut you
ahead.
off. I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that music is like talk about somebody who's up and down
Yeah,
everywhere.
we live in a world now where you can do it all though.
It is true. It really is true.
Yeah. My ass itches. What you looking at?
That's fake.
False.
They got that off it.
Gotta be fake.
That's something you would say.
I
on the
like
boat.
that though.
Yeah,
If it is fake, that's another good one.
yeah.
I'm gonna say real just to be devil's advocate.
It's fake, but I would do my butt itches. What you looking at? No, like my butt itches. What the fuck you looking at? That would be the way to do it, right?
We only got one non-explicit song out right now.
All right. Let me tell you about all my problems and all the things I do for you.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Real.
It's a
Real.
long fucking.
That's real.
It's a long title, but
Yeah,
it could be real.
I thought about doing that one time, like just a super, like a fucking paragraph of a title. Just like a long ass.
That's some like 1975 shit though.
Yeah, that's true. Those guys are.
Well,
Yeah.
he did like
I'm not
the
huge.
shock, so-
I'm not a huge 1975.
It says real in parentheses, Matt Burrell.
That's right. I called it.
Jesus Christ.
That was the funniest part about it. I was just trying to keep it under
I
wraps.
called it.
And that was from Alex. So that was
Yeah.
a fuck you from Alex.
There
Let me
you
tell you
go.
about all my problems and all the things I do for you. Burrell had this girlfriend, like, I don't know. And we'd be out on tour and he'd just be like telling me all his problems. And I'd be like, man, I don't want to hear this shit, dude. You know? But we're friends, so it's all good. It's all
Man,
good.
having a girlfriend on tour, huh?
Yeah. I've had a girlfriend on and off ever since Dick Down to Dallas came out.
What does on and off mean?
Well, I mean, we like broke up
I mean,
like
just
10 times.
just listen
you know?
to the last 5 songs he's
Yeah.
put out.
Yeah,
It tells
yeah.
the whole
Yeah.
relationship.
My ex came over last
Looks like I'm
night.
single again. How
Yeah.
about we don't?
Yeah. They're all about her. I wrote a lot of songs about her, but
You guys were together for a long time, though, right?
we've been together for on and off for 2 years. Right now we're talking. We're trying to figure things out, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, me and my girlfriend were together for about a year and a half, and
Yeah.
as soon as I went on tour, when I went on the little mini tour for
Yeah.
like a week, it already started, and then once we got into the real tour, I was like, man, this is like intense to keep up with this. It's
Yeah.
tough. Like I don't feel like it's really
And it ain't
doable.
really about shows and hoes. It's just tough to like be in a relationship and be on the
It's
road.
tough for people to understand that, like, for an artist, like, it's so easy for people, even after you tell them how it is,
Yeah.
they still think that you just get on the stage at 10 p.m., play the show, and you're done, and you just fuck around.
Yeah.
And that's not it. You know how it is. You get there at 4, you
Load
sound
in.
check, you got your VIP meet and greets at 6:30, you got to go eat, the band's got to load in, everybody's got to load, at least for me.
And then you have a week run worth of terrible shows, and
Yeah.
then you ask yourself, "What the fuck am I doing with my life?"
Yes.
And you're depressed.
Yes.
And like, no, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to look at you.
It's
I just
tough.
want to go in my room and put myself under the covers and not talk to anybody.
I mean,
It's
also
like,
you're traveling with
Yeah.
like I'm with like 5 dudes all the
Yeah.
time.
We're,
I don't want to.
we're like 9, 10 deep. Sometimes 11.
See, that's probably going to
Depends
be
if I'm
me
fired or
in the
not.
spring. Like,
but it's
Sometimes
like,
11.
you know, I don't know. For me, it's just like even having a song as big as Dick Down in Dallas. I mean, you're still going to play shows that aren't that great. You know
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So it's just like, and so then sometimes you're depressed. So I think it's just like trying to find like that balance is always like a hard thing that I've always struggled with.
I just
you know?
realized like how much I don't want to fucking talk to people when I'm on tour. Like I'm in it, and that's
Yeah.
it. You
I
know,
have 2
I'm,
phones now.
I'm focused. That's smart. That's smart.
This phone, I'll just turn off or leave it at the house and bring my other phone out.
That's
only
smart.
a few people have that number.
I'm not
That's
far
smart.
behind you on that
Who,
one.
and what? And people are doing your socials for you,
Bonner does my socials.
like you're posting and stuff.
I am.
That's smart. I should do that.
I run my TikTok for the most part because that's just kind of like a user. I feel like it's such a personal app to use, you know. And then I have another guy that helps with the TikTok stuff, but he does most. Did the
announce today.
Yeah, he did the announce today for the new song we got coming out, and he's
Kind of does like a little marketing plan for like 2 or 3 weeks out, sends it to the team, make sure everybody's good with it,
Yeah.
and
Man, that's sick.
takes Trey.
They
right
have a
before I
meeting
post
once
it.
a week with Assembly
it's
to like.
very internally operated.
I'm not like in on the call.
Who do you work with mainly at Assembly?
We got a new team: Sydney, Adam, and Michael.
Okay, I don't know.
We had
Is
Kate
Michael-
on our team.
Who?
Kate was on our team as
I know.
well.
I know.
Kate and
Adam
Willow.
Zink, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think.
So is he? I don't even know. I guess he primarily does the marketing stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
From my understanding. So
Yeah,
you like
we-
them? They're good.
Yeah, they're great.
We met Adam through.
Now's the time to talk about them if you want.
We met Adam through. There's a guy named Rashad. He's
That featured on-
on Dick Down in Dallas.
Okay.
His manager is a guy named Johnny. can't think of Johnny's last name. Anyways, he's like an LA guy. He manages a couple of different artists, but he seemed like he had his shit together. So he referred, like, dude, for a long time we were having a hard time finding a marketing agency that would take on the Dick Down in Dallas guy, like in country music.
Because what they were just they thought it was too vulgar.
Yeah,
Taboo, I guess.
yeah.
There was definitely some like black sheep kind of vibes going on.
When I heard that shit, I was like, "This is gonna be huge." When I heard it, it wasn't even popping yet. I was like, maybe like 1 million streams or something. I was like, "This is gonna be fucking huge."
We're platinum now, baby. We're waiting on the plaques.
Hell, I'm trying to get gold.
I just got my gold the other day.
I told Trey last night I want it.
We went to this. There's this bar called the Rusty Nail in Hermitage. It's just like a little dive bar, and two of the writers on the song were playing up there last night. I brought them their plaques, and they still get a monthly check from me for like royalties and stuff.
That's sick though that you brought it up to them while they were playing.
While they were playing, yeah.
Man, that's crazy. I wonder. I don't know what cigarettes on patios went gold maybe like a year ago. I don't know what it's.
That's great.
What it's at.
It's probably platinum now.
I hope.
Yeah. How many streams does it have now on Spotify?
17,000.
20 million.
That thing's way past.
Yeah, I guess
You think?
I missed like 6.
I don't think. I think it hit platinum
between all
when it was
five.
like
Dick
90.
Down's only like 83.
Yeah, but I think those sales count for more.
Those sales count, but then you also got to look at what Apple is and Amazon is. 'Cause
Yeah,
some songs.
What's your Apple shit at?
I don't even
don't
have a
even know
clue.
either.
Because like Apple will push certain
It's
songs
less,
more
though.
than.
Definitely less.
Yeah, my Apple's only at like probably 30 million or something like that compared to Spotify.
Yeah.
And then, did you have that
Do you
song
think
on
that-
SoundCloud too? Because that might count
Yeah,
for
but
something as
SoundCloud's
well.
maybe like 3 million and 4
Does
million.
that-
No, it all adds up. But I think I swear to God, I don't think it went like gold until like 90 million streams or something. For
Do you
me.
think that song just keeps going? Like people keep
started
discovering it?
it started to die down now.
Started to die
which I'm
down,
kind of
yeah.
happy about.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of lining up with the timing of me releasing the new stuff, and this first record I'm going to put out, I think, is just going to slam. I'm going to like push this shit like I never pushed a record.
Were
in
you
my life.
nervous when after that song came out? Like, well, fuck, what if I can't get another one?
No.
No, you were never worried about that?
No.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, no. I had other ones. They weren't as big.
Yeah.
But the Confidant and the Head in the Cloud records and the Touch record with Dylan were all big. Actually, more people on my shows, like, I think that more people on my, like, if I'm going to go play Lollapalooza.
That's a two different kind of fans thing.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. You know, the Lollapalooza people, they all know cigarettes on patios. That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
But then when you go to, like, you know, Denver, playing a 250 cap at Globe Hall in Denver.
They know the
These
shit.
250 people, they know Confidant and Head in the Clouds and Bread and Butter and all these records off of that first EP. Like more, like some of them don't even know cigarettes on patios.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's a cool thing I've learned too about like with my stuff is like I'll go play just like a writer's round or I'll go play this or like they'll come to my show and like Single Again's the second song in the set. So we're playing another hit right off the rip and they're like, you can see people in the crowd. They're like, oh, he sings this song too. You know,
You sing Dick Down in Dallas first?
yeah, no, I sing that at the end of the set.
Yeah.
The Single Again, the single like a middle finger thing. We play that the second song in the set, but like people, you'll see people in the crowd and they'll be like, "Oh, he sings this song too." You know,
That's crazy.
Yeah, like
people just
festivals
don't
and
know.
stuff.
You know,
It's crazy. Like that's what the digital thing is too, you know?
so
is that,
it's like I feel like music's so oversaturated these days,
yes.
and like that's one of the reasons I wanted to start this podcast is because it's like Co-Wetzel, like they want to go to fucking Co-Wetzel show to get fucked up and have a good time. Like they
Yes.
love the music, but
Yeah.
they love him as a person.
an experience.
Big
You know?
time. That's true.
So it's like,
I think the New York Times said at one point there was 60,000 songs getting released a day
that's crazy.
worldwide.
So when's this record dropping, my man?
We'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
I don't know which camera to look at. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Right there.
Hopefully, we start dropping singles in February.
Yeah.
That's been my goal.
Singles, how many songs we thinking?
There's 11
Thinking
songs.
like
on it.
11 and then deluxe later or what?
Nah, just 11 flat.
11 flat.
I mean, maybe deluxe. I got this record that I started working on like 2 days ago that just it's you like gypsy jazz music.
Yeah. I'm into all kinds of shit.
Yeah, so it's like a gypsy jazz progression. I actually started writing it with that guy Alex Lambert, and I never co-write ever. All my shit I write alone, and I was just like, yo, let's just write this together, you know.
Yeah.
And the first 4 lyrics, I was like, oh, this is big time. It's like this gypsy jazz. I sound like Frank Sinatra on this shit.
Fuck yeah, Croner shit.
So different,
Let's
you know.
go.
Yeah.
And it's like it's that vulgar shit because I'm into that.
Yeah.
The lyrics are like everybody talks about me on the street.
Yeah.
I've been fucking like a dog, but a good boy's gotta eat. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. But I feel like that's the type of shit that like people might listen to and go like, "Whoa, this is like different," you know?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just like I'm not into the whole pop realm of like keep everything so like cookie cutter. You know? Like, I don't know, but yeah, hopefully February. And then March gets another single. I mean, we start the tour like second week of March, and then I'm trying to push it till like end of April and go on like a big like 2-month run. It's still all undersells. They're all like, except for like New York, we're gonna do like 1,000 cap. LA will do 2 nights at the Roxy, like stuff like that. But then all these other places like 300 caps. Maybe like 400 caps.
Roxy, dude, that's legendary.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm just like, I just want to make sure for the first time. I've always been like rushing to get singles and records out. Like I'm always like trying to, let's get it, because of the artist thing where you're just like, I want it out now. And now for the first time, I'm taking a step back and I'm like, yo, this is a great project. I don't give a fuck what song of the 11 songs is a single. That's how much I love every record. And this is the first time in my life, I think, since maybe like that Don't Give Me Problems, Give Me Wine, which even like 3 of those records I don't even love. This album, I'm like, I love every song. And I'm not sick of any of them. I'd probably listen to them and perform them at this point like 10,000 fucking times, you know? Like at least listen to it. Because I'm a part of the production, the writing, the mixing, the mastering. I'm doing all that shit.
Getting paid on all fronts, baby.
And so, that's the goal. And so, and
that's smart. That's awesome, dude.
I'm excited, man. I just like want to, my next goal is to self-produce the next project. Yeah. Which we'll see if that happens or not, or if I beat my fucking head against a wall before I get it finished.
Yeah, that's a scary thing to think about. But
it's just like
if you put your mind to it, man, you'll do it.
It's hard to tell when is enough and when's not enough. Yeah. Like that's a very difficult thing for me because I hear songs that I love. Like I'm a huge Stones fan. Stones are my favorite band of all time. I think they're the best band of all time. And when I listen to like, it just clicked in my ear 6 months ago when my producer friend Danny had mentioned it to me. He's like, I was like, yeah, like the drums in Sympathy for a Devil. He's like, what drums? And I'm like, what do you mean what drums? And I listen back to it and it's just shakers. Yeah. There's a snare and a kick and they're like minus 30 dBs in the mix. You barely hear them. You just feel it. And there's so much energy going on, but it's just shakers. Yeah. And I was just thinking, I'm like, man, so many songs out here that are like the Beatles were doing weird shit, like throwing vocals all the way to the right, throwing drums all the way to the left. And these records were doing like huge hit numbers and
just moving around. I love that stuff. Yeah.
I'm just trying to get experimental, but I don't want to like fall off the cliff of like, oh, okay, this shit's now too weird.
There's a line to tell.
Did you like do you ever listen to Sturgill Simpson?
Mm-mm.
You haven't ever dove into that? Dude, you need to take a trip through that. So the first,
literally a trip through it. Yeah.
So the first record's like super
Hilltop Mountain.
Hilltop Mountain's like super like country and western, like
almost bluegrassy.
Almost
no way.
It's got more that
bluegrass. It's more like it's like Telly, just like straight up, and then
modern sounds
of country music is like
trippy as fuck.
It's trippy as fuck. It's great. And then his next record is more like kind of has like the horns and that kind of Elvis vibe to it.
It's more jammy.
So this guy's just all over the place.
Yeah. And then he put out 2 bluegrass
records.
And
then he put 2 bluegrass records out, and then he put like a rock and roll record out that's completely instrumental. There's no words in there, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Maybe I have her. I know the name, Sturgill Simpson. I don't know.
It's definitely worth it, dude.
He's won
but
Grammys
that was his
and
thing.
stuff.
He said, I'm going to make 7 concept albums, and then after that, I'm just going to produce other artists, and that's what he's done.
That's fucking cool.
Now he's got all the.
And he doesn't give a fuck, dude.
And he's sold out shows all over the place. It's funny. He actually picketed outside. He set up like a tip jar outside the CMA Awards, outside of Bridgestone, because he didn't get the invite or whatever. He's a little left of center and musically. So he set up like a tip bucket outside and was just playing acoustic.
That's so
the award
funny.
show.
That's cool shit, man.
Yeah, he's badass, dude.
I would love to do stuff like that.
He's a one of a kind kind of dude.
Isn't it interesting too? Like those type of guys that there's like people with cult follow. Like there's this new artist called Dijon. You ever heard of him? He's kind of like this. I don't even know how to describe his music. Like R&B meets. It's kind of similar to like Dominic Fike type stuff, but different.
He did go ahead.
And this guy has like maybe 2 million monthly listeners, which isn't like too crazy. And like he can go out and sell like 4,000 tickets.
It's badass.
It's crazy. It's like this cult. It's funny how some of these people have like these cult followings.
Yeah.
That they'll just follow you wherever you go. You know, it's like Greta Van Fleet. Even those guys, they got like what 3 million monthly listeners, and they can sell out Red Rocks.
Yeah.
It's like holy
a hell of a
shit,
career,
man.
too.
You know,
What are you listening to?
Stones. What am I listening to? Old shit. And the shit that I work on every day, really, I mean,
Demo jail.
Yeah, demo jail, baby.
demos, like literally, that's what I'm listening to because I've been in back-to-back sessions and I found a couple. There's this girl, she actually works at the alternative radio station here. Her name's Chelsea, and her band's name is Chelsea, like CHLSY, and they make alternative music, and I like their stuff a lot. And I was just like, hey, let's get in and write, and we started writing some records that I'm like stoked about, because I don't get to work on like 90s Nirvana like esque rock that often, and like I just been in that shit, and I'm getting to the point where I know how I want my drums mic'd up in my studio, and I know how everything, I want to get to the point where I could just bring in like great players and make crazy live records for people with great players. Just bring the whole fucking band in, rehearse for like 2 hours, record the whole thing live. I got this thing where like, not this thing because I'm working with other artists that, comp vocals and shit, but like this girl will just sing the whole song 6 times and we'll pick the best one.
That's great.
And like, they're all 97% on point. Like you might have a couple sharp notes, couple flat notes, but they hit in like a natural place, and it's just like we record the whole song all the way through. And it just like, I fell in love with this push and pull of music. It's actually, if you guys know 4 Non-Blondes, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
So that woman I worked with her, Linda Perry, she's actually like kind of a mentor to me. And we were in this fight during our recording session during COVID, and I got a fucking glass wall in front of me. She's wearing a mask, and I'm sitting over here on this guitar, and I nailed the intro. It was a long song, like a 5-minute record, and I nailed the intro, I nailed the first verse, and I nailed the first hook. So I'm like 3 minutes in, I'm like, just fly the verse, because the timing is perfect.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm not going to do that. And I'm like, what do you mean you're not going to do that? She's like, you're lucky I'm letting you even punch. And I was like, what do you mean you're lucky I'm letting you let me even punch? Just fly the fucking verse. We got in a fight over this. And at the end of it, she goes, and at the time I was like, man, fuck this woman, but she said, music's all about push and pull, Jake. And it didn't click. And then like a week later, I forgot I was listening to somebody or something live. And I was like, oh, music's all about push and pull. And now I just fell in love with mistakes. Yeah. Because I tried to make shit so perfect for so long. And then I realized, wait, if the drums are a little off and the guitar's a little off and the bass is a little off, but they're all off together. Yeah. It works.
You're speaking Bonner's language.
I mean,
it's so true. Like,
I'll send him some shit. I'll send him some shit, and I'll be like, "What do you think about this?" He's like, "Ah, it's too perfect."
I mess up at least once a show. So
I don't know, man.
He's like, I'm sober and I still mess up.
I want to feel like
he doesn't even listen to Adele. He's like, it's too perfect.
I want that like raw fucking. I want to feel like I want to feel it.
Well, there's people like that band Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
I don't think so.
You should. They got some interesting stuff. I just got showed them today earlier by the new drummer actually in my band who I ended up hiring. He's like, check this band out, you'll like them. And these guys, I guess it's one guy. He's like playing. It's like so perfectly off that it doesn't feel off at all. You don't even notice it's off. Like even on those old Van Morrison records like Gloria and Tupelo Honey, there's a section of Tupelo Honey where the drum fill is like, I'm not talking like milliseconds off. I'm talking like seconds off. And you don't even hear it because the way that the band was playing together just worked for the guy to be late.
Yeah.
You know, and like he knew that he had that leverage in that pocket to do that.
I still can't believe that he listened to the 2013 record.
Yeah.
Country boy crazy.
I like the picture. You're all clean shaven and shit.
Got some,
Had a
got some,
sideburns.
got some hair.
Yeah,
and
hell, I was married then.
Really?
Yeah. I was married for 6 years.
That's for another episode.
Yeah. But dude, thanks for coming on the podcast
Yeah,
today.
no
I
problem.
appreciate
Thanks
it,
for
man.
having me. I appreciate talking to you guys, man.
So your Instagram, it's BabyJake.
Yeah, my Instagram is it's BabyJake. My Twitter's it's BabyJake. And maybe by the time this comes out, it'll be a different name, but probably not.
Yeah. So y'all go follow him and buy his pre-save his music before it comes
please.
out. And if you haven't heard his music or his catalog, it's all on Spotify, everywhere you get music. It's really good. Me and Bonner listen to it a lot when we're on the road.
Rhapsody, all that good stuff.
Rhapsody, hell yeah.
Napster.
LimeWire, baby.
You could illegally download my music at LimeWire.
Yeah.
YouTube to MP3.
Oh wait, isn't LimeWire like a real thing now though?
It's like
they
a
brought it back.
legit
Sorry,
platform.
I'm getting
Yeah.
back in the combo.
But anyways, thank y'all for watching the podcast or listening, whichever you're doing. And rate, subscribe, and we'll see y'all later. Peace out.
Thumbs up.
The story never ends. We should probably close out and call it a night. I should probably quit getting lost in your eyes. But tonight we're both a little lonely, little buzzed, little caught up in the moment. We should probably stop kissing in your driveway. I should really start heading back to my place. You and me both know we should leave it alone. How about we don't? Yeah, girl, how about we don't? You and me can stop right now and call it quits. Let's not say we did. We should probably close out and call it a night. I should probably quit getting lost